dévoile tes traces, c'est un bruit infime, comme un souffle du passé qui anime mes songes d'été. E a gente canta no tempo composto canções de criança. E a gente vibra, e o tempo é tão curto e a vida é tão leve. Em breves instantes, lembranças de amor lancinantes. A etérea parte de ti ainda passa por aqui. À travers le silence, je t'entends partir comme un bout du paradis qui touche la frontière. Parfois je me perds dans l'histoire de douces chimères, dans les vagues troubles de la mer. E a gente canta num tempo composto canções de criança. E a gente vibra, e o tempo é tão curto e a vida é tão leve. Em breves instantes, lembranças de amor lancinantes. A etérea parte de ti ainda passa por aqui. C'est le jour et la nuit, c'est le temps qui passe, c'est la brume de la rêverie qui dévoile tes traces, c'est un bruit infime, comme un souffle d'hier qui anime mes songes d'hiver.
On the stage, I think it's pretty powerful when you take your time and you breathe and you look at the people, and then you start, like, it creates an intensity, and I think that can be created when you're playing with someone else, but you have to be very close to that person and understand your visual keys and connected. And
Sure.
I like being able to control that, you know? Because my parents, they're both musicians, but also anthropologists. So they're ethnomusicologists, as you would say. They study music from elsewhere, from other cultures. So I grew up with parents who were like music professors at the university. We listened a lot to classical music and jazz, and they played like bossa nova and popular music as well in Brazil. But we also had experiences that are kind of rare, even with the musicians, which is like I lived in a tribe when I was 9, as they were studying for their, like they were doing their field research for their doctors, for their PhD. So they were studying the music from that people specifically. So I guess that was a big influence, because even though we only lived there for like 6 months, that's already a lot for a 9-year-old. Like when we went back to Brazil, they worked on that music for a while, for like years, 4 years, transcribing, analyzing. So that was like the soundtrack for my house for a long time, that mixing that up with like jazz and classical music, which I formally studied. I was a classical pianist at first, ever since I was like a kid. It's really hard for me to pick a lane when I've been to these places, and there were so many musicians coming to our house as well, and so many anthropologists as well, and everyone would just play music, and there were some cool parties, and I don't know, it just all influenced me because I was a child, and I guess you absorb all that when you're a kid. And Yeah, but it's only when I came to France that I really started studying jazz. Before I was mostly classic music, which is already very rich because the classic repertoire is so large and you have so much to draw from. So I guess, yeah, that all influences my music.
Nas águas turvas do rio, me perderia correntes abaixo sem a âncora do meu navio. As profundezas do mar, buscando pérolas perdidas, eu iria me afogar. Parfois je me sens détachée du monde. Parfois je divague, je décroche, je m'arrache l'espace d'une seconde. Et dans un tableau couleur pastel, je m'envole sans peur, mais je reviens. Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'attendre encore un peu? Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'attendre encore? Je prends racine dans mon décor. O tanto que eu procurei em outros tempos, outros astros, rastros de um outro alguém em mim. E até que enfim reparei no espelho dessas correntezas bravas que essa busca não tem fim. Parfois je me sens détachée du monde. Parfois je divague, je décroche, je m'arrache l'espace d'une seconde. Et dans un tableau couleur pastel, je m'envole sans peur, mais je reviens. Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'attendre encore un peu? Est-ce que quelqu'un peut m'attendre encore? Je prends racine.
It's like it was my life for like 5 years because the time like we went there and then they spent 4 years working on it. So I was like, it was very intense. The home became the research lab. They were like listening back and writing and transcribing and analyzing. So it was just always there for like years. So I remember it's a lot. I was probably like 14 when it stopped. So
Amazing. And so what elements of that do you think you're going to include in
so
the
many.
project you're
It's
working
so
on?
rich. It's so cool. The melodies are really complicated, like the form and the rhythms as well. And there's some cool like way they interact. Like they start. Like I start a phase, you complete the phase, and it's a dialogue, and then they come together into
Call and
like one.
response.
Yeah, my dad did that in his compositions, some of his work, which is like contemporary classical music. It's another way of working through that, but he picked up some elements and he did it like very beautifully, and it sounds so cool. And I want to try to kind of apply that to popular music and see what happens.
That sounds very
Yeah.
interesting. See, this
I'm
is the
really
kind of
excited.
thing where if I just listen to this without knowing the backstory, I might not be that interested in it. But knowing what's gone
Well,
into it and knowing that it has these influences makes it much more.
It's not gonna.
alive,
I don't want it to
you know?
sound like it's like too
Sure,
much
sure.
world music, because that's different. I am a little bit on the spectrum of world music, but I definitely don't want it to sound like ethnic. I want to. That's like I just want to enter. It's almost like a political thing. Like we're not that different. Like we can all. There's not that much separation between their lives and our lives and their way of thinking, like even their humor, it's so British. They're very sarcastic and like dark humor, and it's like I feel very connected to that, and like I feel like music it can be like a powerful tool to showcase that kinship, that's a similarity between kind of everyone, and it doesn't have to sound that foreign for it to incorporate elements that are like primary to their cultures. I definitely want to bring that into my universe and not necessarily go to more like, I don't want it to sound like stereotypical.
Well, music's all about borrowing and mixing different things anyway.
I guess it is.
Like every genre is a mix of previous genres, right? So,
was there a point in time where you felt like you figured out how to uniquely have your own voice, basically, after taking all of those influences in?
I don't know that anyone ever realized, oh, now I have my voice. I think you just do with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much about trying to figure anything out about myself. It's just more about expressing what's already there. So I don't think I know if I know what my voice is already. I think I don't try to consciously know anything about myself. I just express what's inside through music.
Yeah. So it's like a continuous discovery then.
It really is. It's a process. I don't think anyone can know, oh, now I've arrived. This is my style. This is my voice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a journey, like most things in life.
It's always changing anyway, right?
I guess
always
it is,
evolving,
yeah.
So.
I think the danger is to become too attached to your own idea of yourself and not allow yourself to explore new things and I don't know, and go anywhere.
Yeah, you become a caricature after a while.
Yeah, you become your own caricature.
On prend la route, direction soleil, paysage qui nous envoûte des odeurs salées, des couleurs vermeilles, l'air doux, lumière chaude, la beauté nous sort d'un profond sommeil. On prend la route sans réfléchir au temps ni aux fantômes du passé, ni même au sens de l'avenir. On prend la route ensemble, quitte à réveiller nos plus beaux désirs. Sur la route, on voit au loin des choses dont on parle pas. Même si je prends d'autres chemins, je te suivrai quand tu viendras. Rien n'existe hors ce lieu unique, pris en otage dans un jeu d'amour de feu. C'est une danse cosmique. C'est un carnaval à deux, ou bien c'est une scène d'un tableau antique. Sur la route, on voit au loin des choses dont on parle pas. Même si je prends d'autres chemins, je te suivrai quand tu viendras. Joue mon âme à la tienne, joue ton corps et le mien. Un dernier acte sur scène pour oublier la fin. On prend la route ensemble.
There was one piece of bad advice I was given, and I tried to apply it, and it was like awful. I didn't go very far trying to apply it. It was like about content creation on Instagram. I was like, I don't want to do it. And the person who was someone who was advising me on that. She said, but you should just like put your phone and record where you're rehearsing and when you're doing your shit. People love and just show that to the universe. And I tried to do it, and I realized that when I'm recording my life, things just don't taste the same, you know. It doesn't, like, I'm not fully there. I wasn't fully present when I was rehearsing. I wasn't fully present when I was like doing my creative stuff, because I was filming it to showcase it after. So I that for me was like I felt invaded in my own space and by my own choosing. So I never did it again, and I said that's not for me, and it's probably not for a lot of people.
For a while. And in David's mind, you can just see that he was visualizing the description that he envisioned. Then he would say, okay, Angelo, now we gotta make a change, because from behind a tree in the back of the woods, there's this very lonely girl. Her name is Laura Palmer.
But I don't think I would like be comfortable with that. Like I never show myself before I feel like it's ready to show.
That's always so hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I grew up drawing a lot, and I always hated it so much when my parents would walk into the room halfway through a drawing that I hadn't yet completed. And so it can be difficult to have the courage to allow people into what you're creating before it's done.
Yeah.
And also it can ruin it.
Yeah.
It can kind of ruin it.
It takes you out of the mindset. It maybe alters what you end up ending up with, right?
I guess it does. In my childhood home, we had 2 pianos. One of them was in the living room, and when the other piano was taken, I had to go to the living room one, and I felt so invaded when like everyone was listening to what I was doing, and I was maybe trying to, you know, play around and just discover the sounds, and I felt like there were 2 musicologists listening to me, and all the neighbors who probably couldn't. It was like not close to the neighbors, but I felt very exposed. The ceilings were high and the piano was exposed. I like the other one, which was like in the office in a cozy, quiet, secluded environment. Then I could express myself.